Hi, everyone. We are so excited to be connected here tonight. We have lots to cover, so I'm going to jump in and start sharing my screen. Okay, now I come over here. See how I present. Okay, full screen. There we go. Okay, you guys see it? All right, so we are going to start off by talking about the rank ups that we had last month. There were so many, super exciting. Brianna Johnson hit Ruby, Emily Sedovic, Senior Gold, Reagan Sedovic, Senior Silver, Katie Amon, Senior Silver, Ashley Wilkins, Senior Silver. Amazing job, ladies. Like those are really awesome promotions to hit. We have Kim Berger with silver, Kim Reed silver, Sarah Benninga silver, and Elizabeth Wisinger silver. So great job, you guys. It's all really, really exciting. Fun to see you sharing the blessings with other people. We have sweatshirt earners with Regan, Nancy, Kanya, Ashley, Brianna, Dana, and Emily again. So huge month for you ladies, and you're well on your way now with the Punta Cana trip and those double credits that you guys got with all those ads. So fabulous job. So exciting. I want to just touch base on our calendar that did post in Rising Jewels. We have, if you have your subscription processing from now until the 5th, you can get a free breast cancer awareness water bottle with your subscription order. We have our team call now, and then our jewel calls are Wednesday afternoons. We have our earned gold and above call this Thursday. We are going to do a duplication challenge next week, so watch for that in Rising Jewels. We have accountability and our book studies every Monday night. And then we're going to end our month with a health and opportunity event. And then also Boise local people, we're going to do a meetup on Tuesday the 17th. And then I want to just touch base on some of the fun things that are happening with corporate. We have the Give 10 discount again for $10 off of welcome packs and orders over $100. We now have our standard shipping. So subscription orders are $6.99. The new VIP new orders are $8.99 or one-time orders. We have enrolling 1 and you get 250 perks. Enroll 3, you're earning a Plexus travel mug. And there's a little picture here in the middle there that you can kind of see. Our welcome packs now have the same price. So Emily's going to go into this as we start phasing into this process. Like I mentioned, we still have Punta Cana Leaders Retreat running. So second month in of 4. So still lots of time for you to get into activity and earn your credits. We have constant compensation plan enhancements. Again, Emily's going to touch base on that in our holiday launch. Just happened to go today. So lots of that. Think about gifts for teachers, for your neighbors, for the hair gal, for your mail, like whoever, right? Like those little gifts that we're always wanting to give around the holidays. This is an awesome, awesome product. I think I have, yeah, Emily's going into that too, right? Okay, so here I'm going to let her talk about that.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen real quick, but I think you have to stop your screen share.
Oh,
sorry. Okay. Well, one, raise of hands if you guys have gotten your order for the holiday launch. I'd love to see if anybody got their stuff for the holiday already. I bought the 2 bags of snickerdoodling because it's amazing. I just finished off my last one from maybe like 2 years ago the other day, so I was sad about that, but also very glad to reimburse or replenish. Okay, so I wanted. Go ahead, Hannah.
do you have a fan going or something?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Is
it's better now. It's good.
Are you
Better.
muted? I'm wondering if that's it.
I'll mute again.
But interrupt me if it's bad. I don't have anything going, so just let me know if it's bad and I can do something. Okay, so we had a really good month last month and we saw a lot of momentum happening. I think that was in part to people getting back into routine after the summer. I think having the double credits for the Punta Cana, that was last month, right? Yeah, the Punta Cana was last month for the double credits. And then there was just a lot of momentum happening. We also had that fun add 2, add 4, add 6 within our team. And so I think that is just like part of momentum creating. And so it was really fun to see the fruit come from that. And so this is not everybody who re-ranked, but I know these 4 women have, it's been a minute since they had hit their rank. And so we want to celebrate them because that is a really, really big deal to re-rank after a couple of months of not hitting it. So if I have missed you here, I am so sorry. Please let me know, and I'm going to create a little graphic for you to celebrate you too. But Casey, she re-ranked senior gold. Sarah Jo re-ranked gold, Kanya re-ranked gold, and Kristen re-ranked senior silver. So we're super, super proud of you guys for that. So we're going to go over this super quick. Hannah talked a little bit about it. We've had quite a few different calls happening the past couple of days. I put the recording of that call that happened this afternoon from Tamara, Rebecca Folks, Melissa Eichenhorst, Andrea Mitchell, and Becky Page. I put the recording link of that in our team page today. So it was 30 minutes and it was really, really good. I actually borrowed some of their screenshots. So you're going to have a lot of people sharing these things with you. So we're going to go fast. So we've had some really strong enhancements with our compensation plan. The biggest one is that instead of doing our normal $20 welcome pack bonus that we have been getting for years and years, we're actually now getting 20% of our total PV sold in that initial order. So let's say I add Hannah, she wants a triplex. Normally I'd be making $20, but because the PV is 108 of the triplex, and that's her initial order, I'm actually going to make more than $20. I think it's like almost $21.60. So the beauty of this is that when, let's say with Hannah, let's say I add her as a business or as a VIP and she gets the triplex, but she also gets some of the holiday product. Well, because her cart is much larger now, I'm actually getting paid more because she has raised that cart. And so I just love that in the past it wasn't really like that, and now it is. Now you'll notice that the upline is not getting a payout. In the past, it was a $5 payout for the immediate upline. They're taking that away, and that's a positive thing because we believe that's going to help raise the pay point. So that's a really, really good thing. And that's also allowing us to have more money going into those business building bonuses. You'll also notice that our welcome packs are now going to be the same price as our combos. Let's see, what do I have here? Sorry, let me make sure if I need it. Yeah, okay, I'll go back to that in a minute. But you'll notice that our combos and our welcome packs are the same prices. Those are really good things because when you have a welcome pack and you want to do a share cart, you can't add on any extra product. But now that they're the same price, one of the benefits is that you can send a combo. Your people can get whatever they want. They're not locked into just whatever few welcome packs are out there. They can build a combo that's specific to them and their needs, and it will be the same price, which I'm so thankful for. But you can also now do a share cart with whatever combo, and you can add on, and you're not going to have issues with that. So real quick, we're going to do an example here. It's a little fuzzy, sorry, but this is how it worked in the past. When somebody, Hannah, let's say she buys that triplex welcome pack. Originally it was $112 and she got the membership and the shipping was astronomical. And then the give 10 discount. So that was about $125 before taxes for Hannah getting a triplex. Well, the next month, she would have had major sticker shock because now her combo price is $124 plus the shipping is $13 plus the tax is going to be high. So that's going to go from $125 to roughly $137 before taxes. So that's a $12 difference right there. And that can just be a big sticker shock for a lot of people. And that's actually why we see a lot of people quitting, is because they may have gotten a really good deal with their initial order, and then that second order was way more expensive than they wanted. So they're trying to create like this friction-free easy, no sticker shock transition for our customers. So now what that's going to look like with this enhancement is that their initial order, let's say the triplex again is 124, you still have your membership, but now we're getting that flat rate shipping. And so that's going to be $6.99. Actually, I'm sorry, that's a mistake. The flat shipping for your initial purchase, I believe, is $8.99. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe your initial is $8.99 and then future subs are $6.99. So this is actually going to be $132.98, which is what it would be now if Hannah were to order her triplex. And then next month, she's actually going to be paying $2 less. So that's going to be awesome for our retention. So speaking about retention, well, I'd said this about encouraging people to tack on different products, especially the holiday collection, and that's going to help increase your paycheck too because of that 20%. Okay, but speaking of retention, we are going to start getting retention bonuses. So, we hear all the time, we know that once we sign a customer, that's when the work begins. And this is what we're talking about here. I think a lot of times, though, we work really hard to sign the customer and then we kind of forget about them, or we get nervous to troubleshoot, or we get nervous that we're going to reach out to them and they're going to say they don't like it and it's going to hurt our heart because we feel like we're moving backwards. And so a lot of times we don't do great customer care, which then turns into we start losing points and we can't retain people if we're not taking care of them. And so this is a really great way that Plexus is rewarding behaviors that we want. And so a behavior that we want is for us to take care of our customers, because when we take care of our customers, they're going to feel cared for, they're going to feel supported, and they're going to have like white glove service with us as we are caring for them. And so Plexus is going to start giving us a 5% retention bonus after that initial order. You'll have it for the first 3 calendar months for your new level 1 VIPs. So what that would look like here, breaking it down really quickly, is you're going to see that your current commission, let's say pay point is about $16 per level 1. And then you had that $20 welcome pack bonus. So that was about $36. Well, now with the 20%, bonus of your PV, now that actually bumps it up to $38. And then with our pay point for the next 2 months, with our pay point and with that bonus for retention, it actually gives us more than what we initially were getting. So if you see here in the right top corner, we're getting a 16% increase in our commissions just with these 2 small enhancements. Small but powerful. Same thing with that business building bonus and retention bonus. So you're going to see here, if your person signs up with more than a lien, you're going to make a little bit more money there because of that 20%. And let's say they don't do lien the next 2 months, but you're still getting them on the triplex. You're still earning the 5% retention plus your pay points, which is a 26% increase in your commissions, giving you $88 for one person in 3 days or 3 months. So that is a really nice enhancement, and just again rewarding for behavior that we know benefits the business, and that's retention. As Hannah mentioned, your the flat rate shipping for subscriptions are going to be $6.99, which is a huge difference from $12 to $14 in the past. So that's very exciting. So that should encourage everybody to make sure that they have their subscription orders turned on. Also for your customers, not only are they getting that discount on having a subscription because of the flat rate shipping, but they're also getting those perk points. So don't forget those, because that's an incredible perk for our business. And then like we said, your initial order and then any non-subscription orders will be $8.99 flat rate. And then like Hannah said, so this is a water bottle that is as supplies last. Now it has on here going until the 5th. That's not actually a corporate thing where it goes until the 5th. It's just until supplies are out. And so it's an encouragement for us to put our subscriptions up towards the front of the month to front load. So that way you also get this fun little incentive of this beautiful water bottle. Okay, now real quick, launching into holiday, you guys have been seeing all of the stuff going on with the diamonds, sharing for the past week and a half, just kind of teasing with it. The products are incredible, and this is something really giftable. Somebody was saying, I think it was Sally Hawkins, who was talking about, like, it's kind of awkward, like, just to give like your teacher a bottle of BioCleanse, but it's not awkward to give them a body oil or a body rub or like body butter or hand cream or this beautiful, beautiful tumbler. So we have a couple of different options. You've got the snickerdoodle. You can buy it just single bag, or you can buy it in a 2-pack where you get this tumbler as an additional gift with purchase. Then you've got this hand cream set, which is really beautiful. And you could do those different individual hand creams for stocking stuffers or for your teachers. And then you have over here this body duo that has the body oil and the body butter. And we've got all the costs, all of the PV in our team page, so you can go and take a look at that. And then lastly, you have the holiday pack, which is all of it together: 2 bags of the lean whey, the tumbler, the body duo, and then the hand creams. And then last but not least, tips on sharing. Go back and watch that video today that Jordan and Sally and Emily Roberts and all of them did on the Plexus Ambassador community page. They have some really great tips in there. These are some of them that I grabbed. One of the ladies was saying, don't be afraid to share about this. Go and follow the hashtags All Wrapped Up or hashtag Plexus Diamond Perks, so you can get some inspiration and see some really beautiful pictures, because not everybody got the products that you guys can take pictures of. It was just the diamonds, but you can go and borrow people's pictures. You can use that for inspiration. Sharing often, not expecting our people to just see one post or one story and all of a sudden say, yeah, I want this. So be sharing often. Then sharing with your current downline and maybe those who haven't ordered in a while. Here's a quick message that I put together just as an example. Hey, Sarah Beth, I wasn't sure if you saw, but Plexus just put out their limited time offer holiday collection sets, and they are amazing. Really great stocking stuffers for teachers, family, and friends, with really great products for you too. Would you like me to send you some info? So that's a really simple way. Feel free to screenshot this if you like, and you guys can go and use that to send out to all of your happy customers and even those that haven't ordered in a while. And then making sure that you order for yourself so you can be a product of the product. So that is all I have. Hannah, I'm going to let you finish taking it over.
Well, I am going to introduce our guest speaker, Bethany Speer. You guys, I'm so excited for us to all hear from her and for her to pour into our team. She is absolutely gorgeous, and she's a very strong, solid team. She's a boy mom. She lives in Georgia. She's a pastor's wife, and she is I think you said 8 years she's been with Plexus. Amazing story. And I know that she's going to just really encourage us and inspire us tonight. She said she's passionate about developing leaders. So she'll have a good word, and I'm going to pass it off to her now.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be with you guys. I love talking to other teams because I'm like, my team probably gets real tired of hearing from me all the time. So it's kind of fun to get to talk to new people. Also, it's so funny because your upline, Emily, she's like the sweetest encourager ever. And so she'll like drop in my, DMs on Instagram stuff. And she's like, you're so beautiful. And I was like, I should probably look beautiful for this call. But then I had a sick kid home today. And then said sick kid told me he had a project due tomorrow. And so none of that happened today. So I'm just praying my brain. I literally was like, Lord, whatever they need to hear, let it come from my lips. If I start talking about Apollo 11, I was just doing a project on that 5 minutes ago. So here we are. Anyway, super excited to be here. Like Hannah said, I'm a diamond. I've been with Plexus as far as products go, almost 8 years. I was a New Year's Eve, New Year's resolution join. And I am a pastor's wife. I live in Woodstock, Georgia, just north of Atlanta. I have 3 boys. And I started Plexus, like a lot of you, very skeptical, very much wanted nothing to do with the business. Told my sponsor, hey, like, I know how these whole things work. Don't even talk to me about it. I don't want to do none of that. But my husband, like I said, is a pastor. I've always been a stay-at-home mom. And we very much lived not even paycheck to paycheck. so often had people filling in the gaps for us when it came to our finances. And so I kind of naturally shared the products with a couple of people, which then opened the door for me seeing the potential with this and kind of like, okay, Lord, like, I don't know what you're doing here, but maybe this could be an opportunity for us. And the rest was history. And so I'll go a little bit more into that. But I almost like to, before I share my story, I almost like to disqualify myself because I think that's important for people to hear. Because we can see people and we can think like, gosh, they've got it all together. Like, this is why she's so successful. So just a little bit about me. I got pregnant when I was 19, my freshman year of college, married my husband the summer after my freshman year when we were 19 and 20. So had a baby at the age of 20. Never finished college, never really had any kind of work experience, certainly had no sales experience. And I knew nothing, like absolutely nothing about gut health. So I'm just here to make somebody feel better about themselves. And I just saw this opportunity and was like, what if, what if this could be what opened doors for our family? Had really felt like when my husband stepped into ministry that the Lord was like, okay, like I'm going to birth something in you. I thought it was going to be a ministry at the church. Little did I know it was going to be Plexus. And so this very much has turned into a ministry for me. And so when I got that first paycheck and I opened my eyes to think like, okay, what if? Like, what if I could, like, if I went and got any kind of job, I'd have to learn some skills. So what if I learned what this was all about, dove in? And so the short of it is I went emerald in 18 months after just being like, okay, let's do this. And then went diamond in 3 years. And so I went diamond in 2019. And a lot of y'all are like, man, like that's a really great journey. That's like good for her. And it was until it wasn't. And so a lot of y'all can probably relate to that. If you've slid backwards in points, if you like reach the mountaintop and you're like, I have done it, and then you move backwards. And so that was kind of my story in 2020. And in full transparency, I am still climbing out of that valley. But that's a little bit what I want to talk to you guys about tonight. I am so passionate about vision and about belief. And for a very long time, I preached to people, you've got to have vision. Like, what's your vision? You've got to be crystal clear on your vision and preach that to people all the time. We get real clear on their vision. And I'd be like, I don't understand. Like, we got clear on the vision and they're still not getting it. And then I realized they lack belief. And so what I have found is that vision and belief, y'all, they're like peanut butter and jelly. They are like Batman and Robin. Like, you can't have one and not the other. Like, you can have all the vision in the world and you can be crystal clear on where you want this to take you. But if you don't have the belief that you can get there, then you're not going to put the work in. And so for me, when I got to this season of my valley and just really like, okay, God, I thought we were doing something here, and now you're taking me backwards. And just really felt like the Lord said to me, you were faithful on the mountaintop. Are you going to trust me and be faithful in the valley? And are you going to trust that I'm going to sustain your business and that the one who called you is faithful and he will do it? And I clung to that, and I still cling to that to this day. And I get very emotional about it because God has just been so faithful and he has taught me so much in this season. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about vision because I think it's so important. And the illustration that I love to use is that if somebody came to you and they were like, hey, I'm going to take you somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where you're going. You're going to be blindfolded and I'm going to give you some directions and you just go whatever direction I tell you, right? Until you're blindfolded and they're like, okay, go straight 5 steps. Okay, turn left, go straight 5 steps. And they're just kind of giving you these directions. And at some point you're blindfolded, you're going to run into something. You're probably going to fall into a ditch, right? All of these things. And you're thinking, I don't know where this person is taking me. And I'm getting beat up. I'm falling in ditches. I'm running into things like this is not worth it, right? But then I want you to think about if that person comes to you and says, hey, I don't know about y'all, I love to travel. I'm all about travel. And so think about your ultimate travel destination. For me, it's like a bungalow over the water in Bora Bora. And so if someone was like, hey, listen, I'm going to lead you to Bora Bora and I'm going to blindfold you. I'm going to tell you where to go. And when we get there, when we finish, if you follow all my directions, you're going to be in Bora Bora, right? So same thing happens here, and I'm following the directions, and I might be falling in a ditch and I might be hitting things, but y'all, I know I'm landing in Bora Bora. Like I'm gonna get to Bora Bora. And so I am more willing to climb out of those ditches and to recover from the things that I am running into because I know where my destination is. And that's the same thing here. You can be in some valleys and you can be in some hard times. And here's the thing that I want you to know is no matter where you're at in your business, like, I'm so sorry if you've had just like a straight up, like all the, rainbows and butterflies experience so far. Like business is hard. You're gonna eventually run into the hard at some point. And so for me, my journey to Diamond was quick, but that's where a lot of my lessons happened. And so, but for me, when I got to that point, I got crystal clear on my vision. I knew what this could do for my family, what it had already done, and what I believe God is still wanting to do. And that is what has kept me here, even in this very hard valley of a season. But within that, I also had to have belief. Because if you have the vision for where you're going, but you're like, and this was where I got with a lot of girls that I was coaching, where I would say, what do you want from this? And they really did like have this crystal clear vision of what they wanted. And then I would say, okay, this is great. I love this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe that you can get there? And they'd be like, maybe like a 5. And I'm like, okay, that's a problem. Like all this consistency issues that you're having, y'all, a lack of consistency has nothing to do with your time. It has everything to do with your vision and belief. Because if you don't have a belief, then why on earth are you going to show up and do these actions if you don't really believe that they can get you anywhere? If you lack vision and you don't know where you're going, then why on earth are you going to show up every day for who knows where you're going? And so it's so important for you to lock in to both, especially in a season where things might be slow, where things might be falling backwards. And the great thing about vision and belief is you can always build them. And that's what I always tell my girls, because that feels like there's hope, right? Because sometimes we look at things and we're like, well, I can't change that. Y'all, you can change your vision and belief. For me, building my belief is, at least in the beginning of my journey, it was watching Diamond documentaries every single day. And it was like, if this girl can do this, I can do this. She's very much like me, or she's, not in a bad way, but just like, if she could do this, I can do this, right? Or let me give you a better one. And I tell my girls this who struggle with belief all the time. Before you show up and do any kind of action, if you're struggling with belief, it will impact the action that you're taking. You either won't take it or it won't be effective. Go listen to some kind of motivational. I love Jim Rohn. If y'all don't listen to Jim Rohn, he has 1 million videos on YouTube. The man will make you feel like you can jump off your roof and fly. Like you're like, I can. And it will just pump up your belief so much. And you'll be like, I can do this. And sometimes that's what you need, because there are going to be days, lots of days, where you question, why am I here? Like, does this even matter? Does the work that I'm doing even matter? And so go out and build your belief for doing it. But this is what I really want to encourage you with. Hopefully I'm not going over on my time. But I just want you guys to know, because I know Emily and I follow Hannah for a little bit. And so I know a lot of you are probably a solid faith-driven people and team. But I want you more than anything to just, and this is going to sound so like counter to what I just said, but just rest in the Lord. And I do not mean just pray and hope it all works out, right? Like we partner with the Lord. You got to work. Y'all, work existed before the fall. God called Adam and Eve to work. It existed before the fall. We partner with God in that. but we don't strive because we can trust and we can rest. Like I said before, and this is my verse that I cling to all the time. The one who called you is faithful, and he will do it. Not you will do it. Not you have to strive and you have to stress and you have to worry, but you show up and you are faithful to what God has called you to. And I'm just going to believe that those of you who are on this call, you're here for a reason. And God has you in this business for a reason. And so, whatever season you're walking through, trust and rest and believe that God has something for you. And I can tell you this, like, my business, if you looked at my points right now, you would be like, oh, I don't want to be in her shoes, or I don't want her points. But I can tell you, I've never been more excited and more hopeful about my business than I am right now. And my points might be worse than they've been in a long, long time, but they're slowly climbing. We're getting there. But the reason that I feel so hopeful is because of what the Lord has done in me in these past couple of years of this valley season. It's things that I needed. Like, I needed to be humbled in various ways. I needed to grow as a person, as a leader. I needed to steward my resources better. I needed to trust the Lord more. And so trust that the season that you're in, that God has something for you in it. It's not a season to run away from. It's not a season to say, oh, this is hard. This business must not be for me. Like, God is calling me in a different direction. Like, don't believe those lies. Trust and believe that God has you in the season that he has you in for a reason, and dive into your vision and your belief. That's going to be what anchors you, and that's going to be what keeps you going in these seasons that are slow and in these seasons that are hard. That's all I got.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Bethany. That was incredible. I have so many notes down here and takeaways, vision and belief, like PB&J. That's going to stick in my head now for good. And how we can just like reiterating that that is something we have control of on building that and making sure that that's in the right place before we go and get into action. Or if we're in action, then we need to go and address that. Like, that is such a core part of what we do. Knowing that God still wants more for us, there's more here, and that we can trust in him, and work is from him. So we need to be willing to step into that. Hard doesn't mean it's not for you, like so many good things. I want to open it up really quick for any questions that people might have. Go ahead and unmute yourself, put it in the chat. See if Bethany has just a couple minutes to answer any questions. The chat is full of like you were just touching on all the things right now, like resonating with so many people.
Can you hear me? Do I sound like a fan? Am I okay?
We can hear you.
So sorry, I don't know about that. Okay, so Bethany, you had a great run. Like, you went diamond fast, and then you hit some speed bumps and some hardships, but you've gotten there. So you were making a really great income. You knew what it looked like to like go on the trips and get the prizes and the things like that. What do you say to the people who haven't gotten there and maybe have been working really hard but are still at gold or senior gold, and they just are really weary and they're not sure if it's for them because they've not experienced those things? Do you have any thoughts? I mean, I know this basically everything you said is that, but specific to people who haven't gotten to the top, that are like still in the very beginning stages.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know, like, it does seem like it feels easier to say it from this perspective. And I know I said this before, but I truly believe, and I tell this to my girls who kind of in that place, like, you're learning lessons now that I wish I had learned then, so I didn't have to learn them later. And sometimes it does feel, and I know, again, this feels weird coming from the top, but like, sometimes it feels a lot harder to get to that place and fall backwards. And there's a lot of mindset issues involved in that I've had to grow through for sure. But I would say, like I said before, diving into that personal growth. And this is a crazy thing for me. So I think it took me maybe 8 months to go gold, something like that. And I was kind of stuck there. Like I couldn't find anybody to do the business with me, those kind of things. And I had heard people say like, you got to grow yourself, personal development. And I was like, that sounds like a lot of like woo woo, like weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some of that's my background and, Baptist, whatever. Anyways, and when I got stuck, I was like, okay, like maybe there's actually something to this. And sure enough, there was. And it was really when I became introspective of like where I lacked and where I needed to grow in, because also understanding like God knows your capacity. And so I knew I had to get to a certain level in my own leadership and personal development. Like if I had just had a team from the get-go, it would have been disastrous because I didn't know how to lead a team. I'd never done anything like this before. To be fully transparent, I had no work ethic. I know that sounds crazy, but I only ever wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I know this is recorded, so don't share this anywhere like that my mom might see it, but my mom honestly like had no work ethic, kind of on the lazy side, and I kind of just picked that up growing up. And so that was an area I had to grow in. Like I had to decide this was something that I wanted, and really dig into my own work, like how to have work ethic, and show up every day and work. And so again, I know this sounds like a broken record, but it really is all about your vision and belief. If you stop, so let's say you're quote unquote stuck, you feel stuck. If you stop, where does that get you as well? I just gave this example on my team call because of going to Mexico. And then the week when we got back from Mexico, my kids were out of school. I missed 2 weeks at the gym. I work out 5 days a week. I strength train. And I went back last week and did my leg day. And y'all, I looked ridiculous for like 5 days. I could not walk, like, because I was so sore and miserable and pain. And I was like, dang it. Like, why did I just not find the time in those 2 weeks? Because I'm in so much pain and miserable. It's the same way in this business. Like, you could feel stuck and you have a choice, right? I always love, you're not a tree, you're not stuck. You have a choice. Like you can choose like everything figure outable. I can grow myself. I can figure out the things to move forward, or I can stop. And where does that get me? And here's the thing, a lot of times, especially if you really feel like God has called you to this, if you stop and then you're going to feel that stirring again, like, oh, God wasn't done with me in this yet. And then you decide to show back up, it's way more painful. It's way more painful because your business has fallen backwards. You feel really like, you know, I don't know what I'm doing stepping back into this again. Why didn't I just stick to it? And so I don't know if that really answered the question. But you can figure it out. Like grow yourself, figure it out, and keep moving forward. Eventually, there's no way that eventually your actions don't move you forward, even if they're not going in the time you wish that they had gone.
So good. Thank you. I think that was another hit the nail on the head, right? That's the saying. Okay, well, we are going to honor everyone's time and wrap up our team call here and then transition